The 9 vitamins that give your legs back. Strength after 60. The last one transforms everything. Have you ever felt that your legs no longer have the same strength as before? Have you ever noticed that simple tasks like climbing stairs or standing for a long time seem more difficult than they should be? What if I told you that there is a natural way to strengthen your legs without relying solely on intense physical exercise? As the years go by, keeping your legs strong isn't just a matter of appearance or mobility. It is a matter of independence, confidence, and quality of life. But why do our legs get weaker with age? And what can we do, in a practical and effective way, to avoid this loss of strength? In this video, you'll discover how 9 essential vitamins and minerals can transform the health of your legs. And best of all, with simple changes to your daily life. Let's get started. 1. Nerve balance. The importance of vitamin B6 for muscle coordination and control. Vitamin B6 is one of those substances that almost no one talks about, but it can make a profound difference in how you feel and move your legs. It is responsible for helping the nerves communicate correctly with the muscles, promoting coordinated, precise movements and equilibrados. The passage of time. The deficiency of this vitamin can bring silent and dangerous consequences. Have you ever had that feeling of imbalance without explanation? Or have you ever tripped even when the ground was flat? This may be related to the weakening of nerve conduction caused by the lack of B6. Vitamin B6 participates in the production of neurotransmitters, such as serotonin and dopamine, which directly affect not only your mood, but also your ability to move steadily and safely. In addition, this vitamin has a strong anti-inflammatory action, helping to reduce muscle pain and joint discomfort. And the most interesting, it is also involved in protein metabolism, being essential for muscle regeneration. That is, if you practice exercises, even light ones, such as walking, B6 helps your muscles recover better. Studies show that low levels of this vitamin are associated with symptoms such as leg weakness, tingling, numbness, and even involuntary spasms. Older people, especially those who use certain medications as diuretics, or who have low-protein diets, are more prone to B6 deficiency. And it is not uncommon for symptoms to be confused with other conditions, which makes diagnosis difficult. To ensure your body gets the proper amount, include foods like bananas, sweet potatoes, spinach, chicken, salmon, and avocados in your eating routine. But there is also a simple and effective way to supplement the intake of this vitamin on a daily basis. A teaspoon of nutritional yeast, in addition to being an excellent source of B6, also provides other B vitamins that work together on muscle and nerve health. Many seniors who start supplementing with vitamin B6 report improved balance, more safety when walking, and even fewer episodes of falls or trips for no apparent reason. If you've ever had the feeling that your legs are disconnected from your mind, maybe it's time to pay more attention to this forgotten vitamin. And if you thought balance was just a matter of exercise, wait until you see what comes next. 2. The sunshine ray. How vitamin D can save your legs from weakening. Vitamin D is often called the sunshine vitamin, but its effects go far beyond sunlight exposure. It is one of the main responsible for maintaining the strength of the bones and the proper functioning of the muscles. Without it, even the simplest movements can become a challenge. Have you ever tried to get up from a chair and felt as if your legs didn't respond firmly? Or did you have difficulty climbing stairs that previously required no effort? This can be a sign of vitamin D deficiency. It acts directly on the absorption of calcium and phosphorus, 2 minerals that are fundamental for bone health. But what many don't know is that vitamin D also acts on muscle receptors, improving the contraction and resistance of fibers muscularis. Com aging. Our skin loses the ability to synthesize vitamin D from the sun with the same efficiency. In addition, many elderly people avoid sun exposure or use sunscreens in excess, which further reduces this natural production. The result? Weaker muscles, a higher risk of falls, and more fragile bones. A dangerous combination for those who want to maintain independence and balance. Studies show that low levels of vitamin D are directly linked to the increase in falls and fractures in the elderly. In other words, this vitamin can be the difference between walking safely or having a serious accident. Foods such as fatty fish, eggs, and fortified dairy products help maintain adequate levels of vitamin D, but they are often not enough. That's where a simple and powerful habit comes in. 1 tablespoon of cod liver oil a day. This natural supplement is one of the richest sources of vitamin D, and it can help restore levels of this vitamin in the body in no time. People who start supplementing regularly report feeling more energy in their legs, less joint pain, and greater stability when walking. And what's even better, they often notice an improvement in mood and sleep as well, since vitamin D influences several functions in the body. If your legs are weak, tired, or unstable, don't ignore this warning. The answer may lie in the sun, or rather, in a simple daily spoonful of health. But beware, the next vitamin may be affecting your strength without you realizing it. 3. The recovery. Shield. How zinc can accelerate your strength and prevent leg weakness. Zinc may seem like a secondary mineral in your routine, but it is a true shield for muscle recovery and maintaining strength. It works behind the scenes in your body, promoting cell regeneration and the proper functioning of muscles and the immune system. But what does this have to do with your legs? Without enough zinc, your body has a harder time recovering from minor muscle and joint injuries, which makes your movements slower, painful, and more limited. Have you ever felt your legs heavy, as if they were always tired? Have you ever had difficulty recovering from a simple walk? These can be signs of zinc deficiency, especially in people over 60 anos.com, advancing age. The body starts to absorb less zinc from food. And to make matters worse, oxidative stress, a natural aging process, intensifies, requiring even more of this essential nutrient. Studies show that zinc is vital in protein production and muscle growth, and also in the regulation of hormones such as testosterone, which is directly related to physical strength, including in women. That is, when there is zinc missing, the body feels it. You may notice that your endurance decreases, your legs take longer to respond, and recovery after a physical effort never seems to happen. In addition, zinc contributes to maintaining the integrity of the joints and prevents inflammation, which are great villains of mobility. It also helps in tissue healing, which is essential for those who have muscle micro-injuries, common after any physical activity, even climbing stairs. And what to do to ensure that you are getting the ideal amount. Red meats, pumpkin seeds, chestnuts, and legumes are good food sources. But if you are looking for practicality, a tablespoon of pumpkin seeds a day can already provide a good dose of zinc in a natural and effective way. This simple attitude has shown quick results in many people who report feeling their legs less sore, with more resistance and ready for movement. If you feel that your strength is slowly slipping away, the problem may be in the deficiency of something very small, but with a giant impact. And get ready, because the next vitamin has the power to restore lightness to your legs in a surprising way. 4. The vitamin of perfect circulation. How vitamin E can restore vigor to your legs. If you've ever felt your legs go numb after sitting for a long time, or if you've ever noticed swelling and a feeling of heaviness that didn't go away, it may be that the cause is in your circulation. This powerful vitamin plays a key role in keeping blood flowing freely, delivering oxygen and nutrients to your leg muscles, where they're needed most. Vitamin E acts as a natural antioxidant. It protects cells from damage caused by free radicals and helps keep blood vessel walls healthy and flexible. This flexibility is what allows blood to circulate easily, avoiding the feeling of heaviness and fatigue in pernas. Calm time. Poor circulation can compromise your mobility, even if you still have muscle strength. The legs start to feel disconnected from the rest of the body, and walking becomes increasingly difficult and limited. And that's not just uncomfortable. It's a warning sign from your body. Vitamin E deficiency is more common than you might think, especially in the elderly. It can lead to symptoms such as tingling, numbness, and loss of sensation in the lower limbs. Some studies show that adequate levels of this vitamin are associated with a lower risk of cardiovascular disease and better physical performance in the elderly. In other words, in addition to helping your legs, vitamin E takes care of your health as a whole. Natural sources include almonds, sunflower seeds, avocados, and spinach. But if you're looking for a practical and concentrated way to include vitamin E in your routine, a tablespoon of wheat germ oil a day is an excellent choice. This oil is one of the richest foods in this vitamin and can be mixed into juices, salads, or consumed plain. Many people who incorporate this habit report an improvement in the feeling of lightness of the legs, as well as less swelling and more willingness to walk. They say they feel their legs more awake and more alive. If you feel like energy is there, but your legs aren't responding with agility, it might be time to let vitamin E work its magic. And what comes next may be just what's missing to put an end to those pesky cramps. 5. The natural anti-cramps. Discover how magnesium turns your legs into endurance machines. Imagine waking up in the middle of the night with an intense calf cramp, or feel your legs stiffening in the middle of a light walk. These episodes aren't just bothersome, they can be clear signs of magnesium deficiency. Magnesium is one of the most important minerals for muscle function, and it's especially crucial for keeping your legs strong, relaxed, and pain-free. It acts directly on the contraction and relaxation of muscles, preventing spasms and cramps that arise without warning. In addition, this mineral regulates the transmission of nerve signals and participates in the production of cellular energy. That is, without enough magnesium, your legs are more susceptible to fatigue, stiffness, and a feeling of heaviness at the end of the diacom the years go by. The body tends to absorb less magnesium from food, and some common medications in old age, such as diuretics and antacids, can further reduce levels of this essential nutrient. That's why many seniors report muscle aches, unexplained fatigue, and that feeling of locked legs, even without visible changes. But the good news is that this can be reversed with a simple change in eating routine. Seeds, whole grains, spinach, and nuts are good natural sources of magnesium. However, for those looking for practicality and efficiency, a tablespoon of pumpkin seeds a day can make all the difference. This small portion offers a powerful dose of magnesium, as well as other nutrients that support muscle and cardiovascular health. Those who start to include this habit usually notice the effects within a few weeks. Night cramps subside, morning stiffness in the legs disappears, and the body seems to respond better to movements. The energy flows more naturally, and the feeling of lightness in the legs becomes part of your daily life again. If you feel like your legs get tired too quickly or get sore without intense exertion, magnesium may be lacking in your system. And if you thought that stretching alone solved this problem, you will be surprised by the impact of this silent mineral. But be aware, because the next vitamin could be sabotaging your bones without you realizing it. 6. The silent muscle builder. The surprising action of vitamin A on the regeneration of your legs. When we talk about strong legs, most people think of physical exercise and protein. But few know that vitamin A is one of the main responsible for keeping your muscles healthy and ready for movement. It does not act directly on muscle strength, but rather behind the scenes, supporting vital functions such as cell regeneration, immune strengthening, and the production of hormones essential for muscle metabolism. Vitamin A is also essential for maintaining the integrity of cell membranes, which directly influences the recovery of muscle fibers after physical exertion. And this is particularly important with advancing age, when the body's natural ability to regenerate itself decreases. Have you ever noticed that, over time, it takes more days to recover from a simple walk or an activity that was once routine? This could be a sign that your body needs more vitamin A to speed up regeneration and prevent muscle loss. In addition, this vitamin plays an important role in bone health. It works in tandem with vitamin D and calcium to keep your bones strong and structured, which gives your legs the foundation to safely support the body. Vitamin A deficiency is less talked about, but when it exists, it can cause general weakening, difficulty healing, a higher risk of infections, and a constant feeling of muscle fatigue. Rich sources include liver, carrots, sweet potatoes, egg yolks, and dark green leafy vegetables. But there is a simple and practical way to ensure a good daily dose. A tablespoon of cooked carrot puree with a drizzle of olive oil. Olive oil helps in the absorption of the vitamin, which is fat soluble. That is, it needs fat to be well used by the body. People who increase their vitamin A intake usually report improved physical disposition, less pain after exertion, and even more hydrated and healthy skin, which is also a sign of active cell regeneration. If your legs take time to recover, or you feel like you lose stamina easily, you may not lack strength, but repair. And that's exactly what vitamin A provides, a solid foundation for your muscles to renew themselves efficiently. 7. The vitality. Vitamin, the hidden secret of B12 to avoid tired legs. Have you ever had the feeling that your legs are heavy, as if they were carrying twice your weight? Or that, even after a good night's sleep, they still lack the energy to sustain you throughout the day? This may not just be tiredness. It can be a clear sign of vitamin B12 deficiency. Vitamin B12 is essential for the production of red blood cells, which are responsible for carrying oxygen around the body. Without enough oxygen, the muscles in your legs and your entire body don't get the fuel they need to function with strength and endurance. In addition, this vitamin is also essential for the nervous system. It protects the nerves that control the movements and sensation of the lower limbs. Therefore, when B12 levels are low, symptoms appear silently but worryingly. Numbness, tingling, loss of balance, and muscle weakness. It is very common for these signs to be confused with orthopedic or even circulatory problems. But in fact, the cause may be in food or low intestinal absorption, something quite common in adossos.com. Aging, the body loses part of its ability to absorb vitamin B12 from food even when the diet is balanced. People who use antacids, metformin, or have a history of atrophic gastritis are also more at risk. But there is a simple and effective way to avoid all this. Meat, eggs, fish, and dairy products are rich sources of B12. And for those looking for a practical way to ensure daily consumption, the tip is to use a tablespoon of nutritional yeast. This superfood is naturally high in B12 and can be added to juices, soups, or sprinkled on salads. People who start including B12 in their daily routine report quick and remarkable results. Fatigue in the legs decreases, stability improves, and that feeling of weakness begins to disappear. Some even say they feel like they've gone back in time. If you've ever found yourself wondering why your legs don't keep up with you like they used to, maybe you're missing energy in the right place, in the cells. And vitamin B12 may be just the spark that's missing to reignite your vitality. And speaking of support, the next vitamin is all about the structural foundation of your body, your bones. 8. The calcium guide. Why vitamin K2 is essential for strong, pain-free bones. You've heard that to have strong bones, you need to consume plenty of calcium. But what few people know is that without vitamin K2, this calcium can end up in the wrong places. And this includes the joints and blood vessels, causing serious problems such as stiffness, pain, and even a higher risk of fractures. Vitamin K2 is the guide that directs calcium to bind to the bones, where it really should be, rather than to the arteries or joints, where it can cause inflammation and hardening. This process is essential for the stability and strength of your legs. Imagine your bones as the pillars of a bridge. If these pillars are weak or compromised, the whole structure loses balance. The same happens with your body. As much as you strengthen your muscles, if your bones are not firm, your legs will not be able to support you with segurança. Calm aging, the absorption and proper use of calcium by the body decreases. Many elderly people even consume calcium supplements, but forget about vitamin K2. And without it, calcium can accumulate where it shouldn't, causing knee and hip pain and even limiting movement. In addition, studies show that K2 can reduce the risk of fractures and maintain bone density at healthy levels, even after age 60. The foods richest in vitamin K2 are fermented foods, such as natto, a traditional Japanese food, some types of aged cheeses, and sauerkraut. But a practical and tasty way to include K2 in your diet is by using a tablespoon of butter or ghee from grass-fed cows. This healthy fat concentrates good amounts of K2 and can be used for cooking or simply melted over food. Those who start including this vitamin in their daily lives usually notice a subtle but powerful difference. The legs become firmer, joint pain decreases, and the posture becomes more stable. If you've ever felt like your knees fail for no apparent reason, or that your base feels unstable, maybe your bones are crying out for help. And vitamin K2 may be the key to restoring firmness and structure to your legs. Now get ready, because the next vitamin plays a crucial role in the lightness of your movements. 9. The invisible armor. How vitamin C protects your joints and lightens your steps. Have you ever woken up with your knees locked, feeling stiff when taking your first steps of the day? Or have you ever had the feeling that your legs are less flexible, even without having made any exaggerated effort? These signs may indicate that your body is in need of more vitamin C. Although it is famous for strengthening the immune system, vitamin C plays a vital role in muscle, joint, and vascular health. It's essential for the production of collagen, a protein that acts as a support structure for tendons, cartilage, and ligaments. Everything that keeps your legs running smoothly. And without Door.com, advancing age, natural collagen production decreases. And without enough collagen, your joints start to fail, leading to popping, aching, and limited movement. It's as if your legs lose their natural cushioning, making each step harder and more tiring. Vitamin C acts as an invisible armor for your joints, strengthening the internal connections that keep movement smooth and safe. In addition, it is a powerful antioxidant. This means that it fights free radicals, molecules that accelerate aging and inflammation in muscle and joint tissues. People who are deficient in vitamin C may experience persistent leg pain, difficulty recovering after exertion, and even an increased risk of injury. But the good thing is that this vitamin is easy to include in your daily life. Citrus fruits such as oranges, acerola, lemons, and kiwi are excellent sources. Bell peppers, strawberries, and green leafy vegetables also offer good amounts. And for those looking for a practical and concentrated solution, a tablespoon of acerola powder a day is an excellent strategy. This natural superfood provides a hefty dose of vitamin C and can be easily mixed into juices or water. People who adopt this habit report lighter legs, less joint pain, and even an improvement in muscle recovery time after physical exertion. If you feel like your legs no longer have the same fluidity as they once did, maybe you're not lacking strength, but rather internal flexibility, and vitamin C may be the boost your joints have been waiting for. But now, here comes the final part of this journey. Time to gather everything we've learned into one message to inspire you to take care of your strength for many, many years to come. You said, ChatGPT said, having strong legs after 60 is not a privilege of a few. It is a right that begins with simple choices made every day. These 9 vitamins and minerals that you learned about here are more than supplements. They are powerful allies in building an active, light, and autonomous life. Every spoonful, every conscious step is an investment in you. And remember, it's never too late to start. Take care of your health, consult a trusted professional, and transform your body into a firm support for the life you still want to live.